Good evening, everyone, and who will discuss with us during next days. Uh, I'm trying to connect with Dirk, that was just online, but now is not anymore here. We will wait him. But like I was telling, okay, Dirk is in. So good evening, everyone. Sorry if we didn't promote really the announcement, but Dirk was busy in some during last days on some really important humanitarian project in going to Ukraine. Really proud of you, Dirk. Really fantastic initiative. So you were bringing stuff, foods, I don't know, other kind of humanitarian things. And how do you say? Proud of
Uh,
you. And so we didn't really promote on the channel. Now we are online. No one know before, but we will promote during next days. And if people will have some questions to you, please, guys, just to put a comment in the post, and we will discuss. Dirk, I see you frozen a little bit.
yes, even your picture seems to be not real
Okay,
time,
okay,
but
okay.
now you're back now.
Don't worry. Sometimes the people online will be able to see us. It's just that we between me and you we will have a double connection. Okay, so sometimes there is a delay. So Dirk, just to, if you want, if you can introduce yourself,
Yeah.
and and uh, and for who doesn't know you, and after we start really for the interview.
Yeah, all right. My name is Dirk Schaefer. I live in Germany and I'm a photographer, filmer, and writer. Most of the time, I do write reports for magazines, most of them based in Germany, but also Portugal, Spain. So I wouldn't call it all over the world, but yes, at least the good old school print media has a lot of my reports. And in the meantime, when I don't do write reports, I try to make some movies, clips, sometimes cinema movies about motorcycle journeys.
Nice, nice. And after in the post, in the link, we will put your channel in order that people who doesn't know you can start to follow you. I Guys, I just really know Dirk only few months ago, and I discovered him exactly because I saw fantastic videos online about his journey in
Thank you.
Namibia. It was amazing, with, of course, his own Tenere 700, and we will discuss also about that, of
I
course.
have to correct you. That was definitely not my personal. It was given for the movie, but I also own Tenere, and we second Tenere. There are Teneres in the house.
Yeah, exactly. Because we have to tell, and we will discuss this, that your wife, correct, was pushing to have a Tenere 700. I lost you. The connection. Guys, I don't know. Can you write if you are able to listen, Dirk? I think that I lost. I was thinking was the connection, but maybe someone of you that is following, if you are listening, can you confirm me that maybe it's Dirk that has issues online? Hmm. Yeah. Sorry about guys, but these are the connection. We were talking before with Dirk without issues. No, yes, but just to let you know, so Dirk Schaefer is a great journalist and photographer. He's doing really fantastic service, fantastic videos. My suggestion: go and watch his videos and on his channel. There is some videos amazing about Namibia, and he's writing me. Sorry, let's try. And so he is trying to connect. I hope guys to solve the issue. If we will not solve, we will rephrase and reprogram, and after maybe I will share with you what is the plan for this week, because during this week we will interview. Tomorrow we will have a great interview with 2 pilots for commercial vehicles from Yamaha, Filippo and Luca, and we will have a deep interview technically about what we are doing, how they do the homologation of a motorcycle and the development of a motorcycle for commercial motorcycle. And Thursday we will have an interview with Mark from Everything Tenere. We will talk about his bike, how he's upgrading. So this week we will have 2 interviews. The plan was this, and we have Mark from Everything Tenere in English, and tomorrow instead with in Italian with Filippo and Luca from Yamaha. Let's try if will work. If not, sorry for okay. Dirk, now it's working. Now it's working. Happen. Don't worry.
I know. With three computers, and this works, that doesn't work, that starts working, then stops. I don't know what's going on here.
Don't worry, Dirk. Happen. If after we will not work, we will redo next week. Don't worry. Okay, we will happen. Unfortunately, is we are using commercial connections, so happen that sometimes the line cannot be. So you were telling, just to back to the point, you have now a Tenere 700 because your wife was pushing you to buy a Tenere Rally 700, correct?
More or less, yeah. She was she was actually trying the Tenere once because she thought it's probably a bit too heavy, because she's been used to the XT660R, and after a few kilometers she felt quite happy with it, and so it was not really a Christmas present, but yeah, it was just in time to get a new bike. Yeah, so there are 2 Teneres in our house now, which is quite nice.
This is really nice. And we will discuss about also what you like about Tenere and why you are choosing. So just to do a recap, Dirk, so you started to do, of course, and we will not tell, but you have another job in your life, but your really hobby start to be a semi-professional let's say job, because you do fantastic travel, but you are doing correct, you are doing documentary film movies about this.
Yeah, there's actually that started a couple of years ago, probably that long ago that I really can't remember how it really started, but it was just by accident. I never studied any kind of photography, videography. I never started writing, learned writing the pro way. And what I did was just because I enjoyed, because I was, I don't know if you use that term in English, I was really burning like a candle for it.
Yes.
And when people notice you're really in favor of something, sometimes it's honored and people enjoy. And I had the great honor that a lot of people from the media started enjoying what I did, and I ended up in doing films, reports, live shows, and things like that.
Nice, nice, nice. And let's say I know your travel in Namibia. That was, and we will talk about other main travel. If you can just share to who is following us, what were the main travel in addition to Namibia?
Well, if it comes to travels which are far away from my home, that's probably the furthest I've ever went is New Zealand and Australia. Definitely far away. That was about 2003 and 2004. Been there for a couple of months, which was really enjoyable. And I had a year off, several years off from work, most of the time with Diana. And we've been traveling from Germany to Turkey, Iran, the Emirates, Oman, which was definitely one of the highlight journeys. And another one took us from Germany overland, Jordan, Egypt, Saudi Arabia to Eritrea, Ethiopia to Kenya. And another big pleasure recently was the southwest of the United States, California, Utah, Arizona, Colorado. And I was really happy to be there already 3 times. Never imagined that I've been in that place so often, but it's sheer incredible landscapes and fantastic people, at least those who I meet. I don't meet the stupid ones. I only meet the nice ones.
Dirk, and how many of his travel were done by motorcycle?
Well, all of them which I'm talking about are by motorcycle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the first 42 years of my life, I never owned a car. So I was even moving houses.
Nice.
Even moving houses was done with a motorcycle. There was a fridge on the carrier and things like that. Of course, sometimes you need a car to do this and that. It has changed a bit recently because a lot of shows require a lot of equipment which you cannot move on a motorcycle. PA and sound systems, video projectors, screens of 6 by 4 meters size. You cannot transport this on one motorcycle.
Clear. Nice. Just to understand, so before that you go to what you are planning for these years, and also I want to discuss how people, and after I will explain to you where you can type to share where people can watch your videos or buy your videos and your movies. How did you set up the motorcycle, the Tenere 700, to do? How many weeks you were in Namibia?
Namibia was for the movie that probably that was 3 weeks, and actually we were 3 people, and there was a good friend of mine, Andy. He was also riding a Tenere. He only had a backpack, not a backpack, a rack pack. And so he was traveling more or less lightweight. There is a cameraman, Stefan. He accompanied us on other movies as well, across the Pyrenees, for example, where he was riding a motorcycle as well as we did. But Namibia, a lot of off-road meant for him that he had to carry really a mess of gear, professional camera which is good for cinema quality, and rigid tripod and things like that. That would have meant too much for him to carry that on a motorcycle. So he was in the car, and I was riding the other Tenere, and that was equipped with all the Yamaha gear that you can buy, the standard panniers, and it was a standard suspension on it. The adventure or the rally. I have that French word in mind, sabot, which is the crash bar, the crash guard,
The crash bars. Yes,
engine guard,
yeah,
the bash
yes.
plate. Yeah, mixing up
The skid
languages.
plate. Yeah,
So
yeah, the skid
everything on
plate.
that bike was standard.
Okay,
Yeah, everything on
nice.
that bike was standard, including tires. It was the Pirelli Scorpion SRT,
You
which
did
did a
with
good
the
job.
Pirelli.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah. And I
nice.
had the opportunity to carry everything which Stefan doesn't want to carry, or which I needed. That meant about 5 cameras, the drone, tripod, and the gear for time lapses. That means a rig and a little dolly that moves over the rig to get the time lapse things. Yeah. So it was properly loaded
Yeah,
compared to
no,
Andy's bike, which had only the rack pack.
yeah. No, this is great because one of the question exactly was that I was going to raise to you was exactly how did you set up, no, and veterinary, and really nice to hear that also for do this such kind of travel for 3 weeks in the desert in Namibia across was really standard, and this is already telling what is the really high level of a product, no, because you didn't prepare a lot. And just to understand, like spare parts for the bike, you had something, how you were planning if was happening something, you
Yeah.
organized something like backup?
Well, spare parts, not really spare parts, but we carried a spare tube, front and rear, and of course some material if we have tiny punctures on the tires, that we can repair them on the spot. We were really lucky to have only one tire puncture, and that's it. And to keep a long story short, there was no other incident. There was no other puncture that required some material. We just had to tighten the chain a bit, but that's it. And of course, reduce and increase the tire pressure depending on the surface. But that's it. It was just one
Nice.
of the most unspectacular rides which I can remember in terms of punctures. There were none.
Nice. Now, and just to understand, to what do you remember from this travel, and why a person should go now to Namibia and go and to explore that area? Why you will suggest to do that journey?
Well, first of all, I think you have to realize that 90% of Namibia is desert. So if you are a person that likes rainforests, huge rivers, this is definitely not your country. But if you like countries with epic, it's probably a term which is a bit overrated sometimes, but if you like this epicness, then this is your country. If you like long desert tracks, roads of various condition, sometimes good as a German highway, the speed limit on Namibian tracks is 100 kilometers per hour. That is not exaggerating, but they are really in good quality. They have teams that grade the tracks frequently, but only the major tracks. So if you are really after an adventure, then you leave the beaten track and you move over to places which are sometimes a bit more difficult to reach, and which are also challenging in terms of riding. So this is what I like about Namibia. You can adjust your adventure. If you just want to give it a little try and you try to be on the safe side, you can do that. If you want to really dig into something, you can do that too. And you can go to extremes if you like. And this is what I did with 3 other friends just recently, last year, by the end of last year, which there is no real movie about it, but that took us to the so-called Kawko Field. And Kawko Field is a place, a huge area, vast area where there is nobody lives there. There is no cell phone reception. You're completely on your own. There is no water. There is nothing. That means you have to be fully equipped, and definitely you need a car
Esatto,
to
esatto.
accompany you, because that means at least 5 days you'll be completely on your own. Everything you need, everything you drink, you eat, even your petrol, you won't get anything, so you have to have a car with you.
Wow.
Very remote area, but absolutely stunning scenery.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And in fact, what was amazing, we cannot show here, but what was amazing on the video was exactly this that I saw, and that everyone that will see this registration, this interview, I suggest really to go and watch the videos from Namibia, because you see these three men, so two Tenere and one car in the middle of nowhere, and it is amazing. Really, it is amazing. Seems really some scenarios that at least I watch on movies about Saudi Arabia, no, in the desert with no one for kilometer. It is great. Just to understand, how did you ship the bike? What was the setup of a journey?
We've been very lucky, as I already mentioned. The bikes were not ours. That
Yeah,
means
where?
they were given to us from Yamaha, Germany, and they were so
Okay.
kind as to ship the bikes down there. So we
Oh,
just flew in. Don't tell this to everybody. I mean, I completely understand that people will be jealous, and but
no,
I can't help it. It was just the way it was.
you are a
Um,
journalist, so
and this
you
is
did a
Yeah,
fantastic
but
job.
I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. This is a dream, isn't it?
Yeah,
Somebody puts the bikes you like in a place where you want to go, and you just go there. You fly in, you grab the bikes, and off you go. And this is, I sometimes I don't believe that I live in a dream. Respect to that. So, Yamaha did the shipping. They supported, of course, the movie, because if you calculate what that means in terms of costs, even though we
yes,
are friends, Stefan and me, he also has to buy some bread for the family, and he has to pay
yes,
his apartment, everything. That means if you spend 3 weeks far away from home, and three people they have their expenses, so somehow you need an amount of money, which is, yeah, it's a reasonable amount of money to get something in cinema quality,
correct,
and
correct.
then
It's
it's quite
amazing
helpful if you have somebody that supports it.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, it's amazing movie, and this is my suggestion really to watch the movie, because it's amazing. It's amazing. And anyway, I was googling. How do you say? I don't know how to say properly. On and there are companies that are renting the Tenere 700 in South Africa, and if someone can cross the border and go to Namibia. There are different players I found in South Africa that more probably, if someone is going there, no, they can. So my suggestion, if someone is interested, just Google. I put some links on the web page on Tenere 700 of companies, and maybe if you have others, just ping me, guys, and I will add there. I don't have a commercial um, interest, so I'm open to add.
Interest. Yeah.
Yes, interest. Important is that are good providers. Good, Dirk. Plan for 2022. What you are planning? What will be your new challenges, new movies?
Well, as I mentioned, most of the time I write for the print media. Means that movies are there, but not as regular produced as reports for magazines. And the next journey will take me to Tunisia next Tuesday. And I would have liked to go to Morocco, but unfortunately, all Moroccan ferries to Europe are suspended. There is no ferry connection since COVID to Morocco.
Yes.
And we were trying even through media contacts, but
if there is no ferry, there is no ferry. That means we had to change from Morocco to Tunisia, which will also be great. We've been to Tunisia a lot of times, and we know some places, spectacular places, nice people. Will be great to see them again. And this will be, well, the next thing. And after Tunisia, it will be very much closer, especially because it is your home country. I'm going to pay a visit to. It will be Tuscany and the region between Rimini on the east coast and Firenze. So I'll be doing
which
2
period?
reports.
Which period?
And that will be May, the 3rd week of May this year.
Oh.
And straight from there, I'll be going to Liguria and the French Alps. So
Nice.
not going home, but straight go from there to southern France and Liguria, which will also be very nice. Some off-road riding there, though it becomes more and more difficult, as we all know. But of course, we try to behave, having fun, but behave. And I think that will be great, especially because I know partly the region, and it will be great to explore some more areas and to meet new people, explore new areas. Yeah, it will be great. And then 1 month later, Scotland, 3 weeks Scotland. Yeah, so you need to make a change, don't you?
Exactly. From the desert to Scotland will be hard.
To the rain. Yeah.
To the rain, exactly. In which part of Scotland are you planning to do a trip or?
Actually, that will be also 2 reports for a magazine, and because there is a German magazine called Ride, and that focuses on a region per issue. That means one issue is, let's say, about Scotland, and you'll have 5 or 6 reports in Scotland. Of course, depending on the region, maybe the Isle of Skye and the Hebrides, and then the Whiskey Valley. What's the name of that valley?
Yes.
Forgot about it. Anyway, and maybe the North Coast up to John O'Groats, and maybe something about between Edinburgh and Glasgow. And it's not yet made up by the publishing house which team will cover which region. So I'd like definitely to go to the Hebrides. I like ferries, but only if it takes a short time. To Tunisia is already a bit too long, I think. More than a day. I don't like to be on a ship more than a day. But these little things to go from one island to another, let's say in Greece, I really like that about Greece. 2 hours on a boat, next island, cool.
Yeah, nice. Scotland is amazing. Scotland is cool, yeah. I did by car, and I was thinking to do by motorcycle. Is another thing, because with a motorcycle, such kind of environment, you are more in contact. With a car is not the same. So should be really amazing, really fantastic. So already 3 fantastic travel: Tunisia, Italy, Scotland. So
south of France.
France.
There is a bigger.
I forgot. Yeah. Great, really great.
And there is a bigger thing which is a bit on the edge of working or not. That would be Saudi Arabia. After seeing some of the landscapes the Paris-Dakar went through, or the Dakar, it's not the Paris-Dakar, it's the Dakar.
Yeah, Dakar.
Usually, maybe a bit surprising, I don't follow the Dakar that regularly, but a friend of mine, he watches everything, and he told me, you have to look that stage 3, whatever day was, I don't know, and look at these sceneries. And I looked at it and I thought, wow, this is a bit similar to like Namibia, when you think, this is not this planet. It's no longer planet Earth. You're somewhere in outer space, but it's still possible to ride a motorcycle there.
Yes.
And that would be a dream, going there, but it's definitely difficult. Not in terms of visa policy, because Saudi Arabia has opened to tourism. You get a 90 days visa.
Yeah.
But if you have a limited amount of time, it's a bit difficult to get your motorcycle there. And still working on that to ship it there in a container. But that's also is a lot of money, and but dreams are sometimes related to money, aren't they?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes, but maybe you can find some sponsor that can how do you say can help. But of course, not
Support.
many people. Yeah, how do you say Arabia, such kind image. Really, I was very open with you. Also, myself, I don't like the Dakar. I don't watch a lot. I am not really a fan. And after the people that follow me, the channel, they know why. But I was watching really the environment there. Exactly for that, because the environment in Arabia, some scenarios were amazing. I love Lawrence d'Arabia. I don't know if you never read the book of Lawrence d'Arabia. I read, and there is a movie famous. And when I was watching this Dakar stage, really, I was my mind was going there. Really, amazing. Or really not this planet. Great. And how do you say? Are you thinking to do some? You are not a racer. You don't do race with Tenere 700.
No.
You are not.
Sometimes I feel like I race, but whenever you see somebody who's really doing it,
No, clear.
I'm just.
No, you know why? Because I was watching when you were in Italy, because now Yamaha Tenere in Italy do a race also for not professional people, also want just to have fun. And I was watching his Tenere Challenge. After I will send you the date. And there are like 50, 60 Tenere people from all Italy. So I was thinking that maybe you can do 2 days there, but we will discuss later, because one is 6-8 May in Sardinia. Have you been to Sardinia?
Yes, I had the great joy to be there also for 2 reports last year.
Nice.
And and the really nice thing is that this is up to now the best-selling magazine of this ride issues. So that issue was really very nicely taken by the audience. And if you spend a lot of time, sorry.
I can imagine, because if you watch, majority of the people go in general in place due to budget, due to time, they can go close to home, no? And close to home in majority in German, in Sardinia is how they say. So I'm not surprised.
It's paradise. Sardinia is a paradise.
Yeah. You know that is my island. I don't know if I told you. I'm from Sardinia.
Really? Which place?
Yeah, I'm from Sardinia. Yes.
Which place?
Close to Cagliari originally, but so close to Cagliari, 30 kilometers, and after during university I moved there. It's a fantastic place. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Not because it's my island, but you told, no?
But once you're there, you think, I need to buy a house. Then you look at your bank account and you think, okay, I cannot afford a house, not because it is very expensive in Sardinia, because you can't afford any house. But you want to live there. You want to live there.
Dirk, it's not true that are expensive. Of course, if you go in the north part that is very tourist, doesn't make sense to buy a house for. But if you go in the south,
I was just trying to explain. It is on my bank account. It is no matter what the price is, it won't be possible. But I was trying to describe the emotion that once you're there, you think, imagine a house here. That would be paradise for the rest of your life. Yeah.
You can do motorcycle. I'm not telling you 365 days per year, but close. Really. Now I have a friend that in this channel we are doing a lot of live streams. He's going next week to Sardinia. He will bring 23 motorcycle, more than 15 are Tenere 700, and then we spend 4 days, full days racing in April, beginning of April. But I was already 1 month ago, Dante, in February. Yes, it was a little cold, but little cold for him is for you. For North Europe is summer, you know. So I was telling, no, Fabrizio is a little cold. Yeah, yes. I just say was 15-degree cold. You know.
Yeah,
So,
for me this is spring. 15
yeah,
is spring.
exactly. No, this is amazing. And so it's clear. Dirk, you did some, I remember, for Namibia, for other movies. So one, there are the newspaper where you publish, but also what you are doing. I remember you show your movies across Germany, correct? So you were doing some
And Switzerland and Austria.
Yeah. Just to understand, after, if you can, I don't know if you are planning to do the same in again this year.
Yes.
And so it's good if you, after, you can put on the comment once I will send to you the link where the people can go. And the other question is if someone want to invite you from other countries to do the same, what they can contact you and to do, how do you say, to have
of course,
replicate
yeah, with pleasure. Yeah,
great.
I once had the opportunity to do a show in France, and my French is well, I would say Swahili, or it's a bit better than my Swahili, and my Swahili and Arabic is very, very limited. But it was great fun, and often pictures and movie clips speak for themselves. But of course, it is nice if you have a narrator who can comment stories and to give the audience a really nice live entertainment. And I think everyone enjoyed, and even for me, it's always a pleasure to tell a story and to, make the audience really go through the journey I or friends of mine and me we did. So the target is most of the time to let people participate in what we had, the joy, the fun, sometimes the pain, if you like. But always this, sometimes things happen. Not always, but things happen. And to be surprised. I like to surprise. I like to be surprised, and I like to surprise. So this is what I like to share with people, the astonishing moments, the incredible people you meet when you travel, and of course, stunning landscapes. That is really what I'm in favor of. And I see my task in sharing this with people.
Yeah. Another point that I remember, tell me if I'm wrong, but you are organizing sometimes also some training, how to take movies, photos. So if people want to learn and they want to contact you, you explain, correct? You are doing some training, some events to organize this, correct? Just will watch us.
That's right. Yeah, mostly in terms of photography. But there are a lot of people who teach photography, especially now after COVID. You'll find the internet is full with people who offer online courses and everything. And I'm not doing photography courses. I do photography courses for motorcyclists, and especially among those for motorcycle travelers. And if you like, especially, not only, but especially for those who travel on their own. Because I'm used to travel on my own very often and to get proper pictures from you riding your bike. And that doesn't mean you go to the Eiffel Tower in Paris and you kick out your side stand and you step 3 steps back, take a picture, and get back on the bike, and you have the bike in front of the picture of in front of the Eiffel Tower. No, this is not the picture. I want to be on the picture, and it's supposed to be that I'm riding along that scenery on that road, whatever. This is a bit tricky, but it can be done. And there are so many different aspects you have to consider riding a motorcycle and taking pictures than any other photographer. So everybody who knows motorcycling, especially traveling, you have limited gear, limited space. You're always battling with power supply, depending on the areas you go. And then in the end, bring something home, or if you like to share things already online on Instagram, wherever, and to have really nice footage and not the standard footage that you can just take. I mean, after a while, if you scroll through Facebook or wherever, there are lots of interesting stories, but sometimes the pictures are so boring. And I like to have it interesting and to pay attention to tiny things. And of course, after a couple of years, you get some tricks and some tiny things you can do to improve the pictures or to make things easier. And another new thing is that I'll do a drone lesson, a drone workshop. That will be interesting. Most people instantly think of filming, but of course you can do a lot of video footage with the drones, but they can also do astonishing photography, and especially the change of perspective from the air. You don't have to be high, just 5 meters. That changes so much, and you can do so many things with a drone, especially when you're on your own. That shall be a very good thing, especially because a lot of people enjoy having their drone and they want to do more, and I would like to encourage them on the way and help them and to let them participate in my knowledge and my experience.
Clear. I know, because how do you say? Really, there are now when you do a travel, it's also nice to everyone is doing photos and the others, and to have a really nice and professional. And again, who is watching us, please go and watch how Dirk is creating his videos and the others, and you will understand that now Dirk will tell, don't tell, but really when I was watching his videos, I was thinking to, wow, but this is National Geographic, really, and the standard guys was
Thank
really,
you.
no, amazing, and again, guys, watch his videos, the promo of Namibia and the other journey. Amazing how I was. And so if someone wants also to improve such kind of skills, it's clear that you will have really a coach there that can teach you a lot. Okay. Good. Something that we are forgetting, Dirk, that I didn't mention, that we discussed about plan for 2022.
The worst moments on a motorcycle, the best moments on a motorcycle. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or why the Tenere?
Exactly. Why the Tenere? You were telling partially, but maybe it's good to go what now that you have drive for so many kilometers while you bought also another, no? So maybe this is good question.
Yeah, as a journalist, of course, you have the opportunity to ride a lot of different motorcycles, and this is a really broad range. And I stopped counting how many different I've been riding. But if it comes to a kind of essence of what riding is to me and what I like a bike to be able to, then I would always go for something which is similar to the Tenere, the 700. And maybe to have a little look back in my motorcycle history, I owned 4 Africa Twins, the 650, 3 times the 750. I rode them till 100,000 kilometers, most of them. Then I sold them, or they got stolen, whatever. And when the 1000cc Africa Twin came, I thought, yes, that's it now. I always thought it would be enough for me to have, let's say, 850cc with 80 horsepower, roughly. I don't need the 1000. And I was surprised how much Africa Twin feeling on the new, those times new 1000cc Africa Twin was, though everything had completely changed. But immediately I had the feeling this is Africa Twin. But what always was a bit annoying to me was the weight. And of course, the 1000cc has, it was not lighter than the 750. So when the T7 came, I thought, this is what I would have liked Honda to do. And this is why I bought it. Not that much electronic gear, not all these gadgets that you may have. If I'm traveling, especially in remote areas, I don't want to create a mess in electronics. And I like a bike that behaves under every situation the same. If I accelerate, I want to know this is how it works, and not to check, oh, which setup do I have on the engine, or what kind of ABS setting do I have? I like to switch it off. Yes, I like to have it on. Yes, but e basta. For me, I know a lot of people think about that different, but this is one of the major aspects for me to buy the Tenere, and of course, it gives you a very good price-value ratio. It's really an affordable bike with very good quality. Of course, there are things you can do better, yes, but there is no limit to the top, not in quality, not in price. So, but if you compare all this, it comes to a perfect balance, at least for me.
No, correct. And happy to hear, because how do you say, you drive that motorcycle, you drove in different kind of environment, really extreme, and to hear, that was able to go there without main maintenance, and after anyway for long travel, because a lot of people very often, Dirk, are telling is not done for long travel. Is not true. is not true. Of course, maybe the seat. If you travel in two, you have to change. But it's the seat. Is an investment, 200 euro.
Yes, of course. And not everybody has the opportunity to take that much time off to do so many travels, especially long-term travels. I completely understand. And this is what always makes me feel a bit, how to say, can't find the right word. That so many people are following what I'm doing. I mean, I always have the impression I'm not riding better than you. I'm not different than you are. I just have another surrounding. I have the opportunity to spend more time on the road or on tracks or in different countries. But in the end, we're all the same. We're all the same. And I really appreciate that so many people follow what I'm doing. Maybe not on Facebook and Instagram, but all these people who buy the magazines and to go through all the pages to read all this. I mean, these are long blocks of text, and they're still watching it, buying the movies and so on. I really feel honored by all these people who are interested in what I'm doing, but also other travelers are doing. I mean, we all live from that, from your interests, especially emotionally. Not first of all, not in terms of money, but emotionally. This is what I'm really thankful for.
No, this is nice. And let's really, if you agree, when you are in Italy, in Tunisia, if you can send me some picture, I will publish in the web page just to tell where you are. And so after it will be also more easy for the people once you want to give me the link where they can buy the report of your travel or the movie when you will do. Okay, so we can agree on that, because for sure will be a great experience for all of us, really for all of us. And maybe after Tunisia, we can organize another once you will publish. Before to publish, we can organize a little live stream where you tell about the journey and where they can buy. We can do, if you agree, such kind of things.
Yeah, with pleasure.
Great. Good. For tonight is all. Thanks a lot, Dirk, for your time.
Thank you very much, Fabrizio, for the invitation.
No, it was really nice. And again, this is the first quick interview. Next time we do after, let's agree after Tunisia. Okay, we can show some photos. Pleasure. Some photos, 2-3 photos, and just give us where we can follow you for Tunisia, and where we can buy the report in order that we can follow you properly. Okay.
Thank you very much, Fabrizio.
Thank you, Dirk. Thank you for everyone is following us. See you next time.